You said, Mats, that mobile data traffic is set to quadruple between now and 2030 in the Asia-Pacific region. Do we have the infrastructure to support that? And how stretched will our power grids be, considering that this data and AI uses a lot of power?
Well, power is one thing, and the calculations we have done, that is going to be minor. Remember, AI, yes, it requires a lot of data, specifically to teach or to learn the LLMs to perform their tasks, but also when you use them. But still, that is a minor uptake, we believe. But from an infrastructure perspective, that is an issue. I mean, we do need to make sure that the infrastructure that modern society is today built upon, connectivity, that stands and has a resilient enough power to withstand this 4 or 5 times more data. So that is something we are discussing here at this M360 in Seoul this coming days, and my board meeting, which starts tomorrow, is also a key topic on how do we address this? How do we make sure that we have enough money to pour into CapEx? This industry, as we know, is not doing all that well, where you have a return on capital employed below the weighted cost of capital. So we're actually not in such a good position. So we need to really move our thinking forward on that.
I'm really glad, Mats, that you raised the issue of connectivity. How great is the connectivity gap between countries in the Asia-Pacific? Because I'm thinking, obviously, you know, you've got places like Singapore and Australia, South Korea with very developed connectivity, and yet you then have places like PNG, Cambodia, Nepal, you know, places with archipelagos, mountainous terrain, deserts, where traditional infrastructure is costly and difficult to build.
Yeah, I think that's the second concern of AI, that I will bifurcate even more the ones between the ones who have and the ones who have not, and the usage gap that we call the gaps of people not being part of mobile internet is a serious issue. And if you look at globally, there is sort of 4.6 billion people that are connected to a mobile internet. And then there is roughly 3.2 billion people that live beneath a mobile broadband coverage, but do not connect to mobile broadband. And we call that the usage gap. And then you have 400 million people, sort of 5% or so, that have no means of connecting because they live outside of connectivity area. And that's where you could have satellite could help maybe, or other types of solutions. But the big chunk of people that are not yet connected to mobile internet, they live beneath a mobile broadband. And I'm not talking about 2G here, I'm talking about 3G, 4G, or 5G. And in Asia Pacific, we have the extremes. You have Japan, you have South Korea, which basically have zero usage gap, or just a little bit usage gap. And then you have other countries such as Pakistan and India, where you have quite a big coverage gap as well.